Okay, calling to order the September 8th Board of Assessors meeting. It is 4:01 p.m. and there is no one else here in the audience, so we do not have any public comment. We have some monthly motor vehicle abatement reports and invoices that I'm not sure. I know I've signed. I think that you didn't sign, Dave. You have that, and you have the rest. The rest of them already have your signature on it. So we have an RRC invoice. So I think what I'd like to do at this point is maybe just have Dave kind of update us as to, we have an outstanding balance with RRC, who does our personal property work, and you can kind of update us as to where we are. We had a little discussion on this previously.
Yeah, so I think we've sorted it out with the town accountant that the total amount for the personal property review by RRC is going to go to the fall town meeting. The folks at RRC know that, and they know that a check will be cut soon after it is approved by town meeting. The total amount invoiced thus far is $20,000. with an additional 4 outstanding. I think it's 4,800 outstanding. So we're holding the invoices at this point until town meeting. Well, Todd's holding the invoices until town meeting approves.
Okay. And I guess going forward, we're just gonna, I mean, this is for the reval year, correct? That's why it's so high. It's normally not this much, which is what kind of.
It's significantly higher because they do a deep dive into all of our personal property in town, and they do some inspections, and they look at every account, including those that are inactive.
Did we compare it as an exercise to what it was the last time we did the reeval?
I haven't had the chance to do that, to be honest with you, but I can make a note to do that.
Because we wanted to implement.
I would guess it's probably considerably higher. We're talking about 5 years ago and pre-inflation, so.
But just to see relatively what the normal bill was for the year prior, and then the jump up, is it a similar?
Yeah, is it proportional? To what it was?
Yeah.
And additionally, we will make sure that we. And I know we've kind of done this to some degree at this point after we got the bills, but we should and will take a look, is my guess, at other alternatives in the future. Not that there are a lot of them, but just to make sure that there's nothing else more cost effective out there.
Sure.
Which is a nice way of saying cheaper.
And then did we decide to try to look into equal billing? To
level
it out?
So we can smooth it out.
Or did we just decide we got to pay attention in every year for the annual budget, be careful to make sure if we know it's...
I don't think we have, but it's not a bad question to ask. I'm not so sure how easy that is to do, because depending on what we have for personal property,
I think the problem
numbers, it could fluctuate, right? Because if you have 10 and then it turns into 15, you can't really level that.
I think part of the problem too is that you can't pay for services that haven't been rendered yet. So
that's a good point. Yeah.
Plus, if
paying
we
forward
vendors,
wouldn't work.
You wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah.
No.
We wouldn't have to prepay.
Actually, what Dave brought up, you're absolutely right. The other problem is municipalities. You can't pay for something that hasn't been. So if you're trying to spread it out over 3 years, you're paying a portion of it, prepaying something, and you cannot do that in municipal.
So we just need to make sure when we present our budget to the selectmen every year, if it's that particular type of year,
we need to pay closer attention to make sure we don't miss a reval year, and then make sure we do the due diligence in that year, that there are no other options at RRC. Yep. I mean, they're a credible, very reputable company. Don't get me wrong. I think it's an exercise we need to go through.
Sure.
So. Okay, so that's the update on RRC, so we don't need to do anything with that invoice now because it needs to go through a special town meeting to have monies transferred. Okay, update on the information requests. So this came out of somebody inquiring about putting some lists together for vacant properties, dilapidated properties, et cetera, et cetera. I did check through the selectman's office as far as, do we have any obligation to, through the selectman's office for council's opinion, is there any reason or any scenario where we do have to provide any type of information as it was requested? We do not. We can provide raw data,
Right.
and that's it. That's what our obligation is. So we're in the clear there, and I think you found out what the amount we can charge is.
Yeah.
It's minuscule anyway.
I don't think
so
it's
we
worth
want it.
getting involved in that, do you?
No, I don't think it's worth getting
Yeah.
involved anyways, but we had two questions. We wanted
Right.
to know what is the cost that we can charge if we decided to do it, and then we wanted to find out, do we have any obligation, or what is our obligation to release information? Our obligation is whatever we have available in the system in raw data.
Right.
That's it. As far as producing reports with certain criteria, we have no obligation. And even if we were, what did you say? It's like $25 or $20. It's something.
Yeah, it's $25.
Yeah, we wouldn't even be enough to, if we were to go that way,
Yeah.
which I don't think the board's intention is. So, so we don't need to.
You can charge an hourly rate for longer projects, but it's like, I think it's literally like 50 cents or something like that. It's something ridiculous.
So we have the information. Our decision that we kind of thought we wanted to go with anyways makes sense based on that. Authorization to sign, you can probably just tell us.
Yeah, so the DOR just wants me to, since I'm going to be submitting all of the documentation for revaluation, and because we're in a certification year, they want me to have an updated letter authorizing me to make those submissions on your behalf. So this is everything like the new growth data, the valuations for each property in town, variety of other things, are various forms that come with your revaluation process. I think I think we should hang on to this until John also signs off. So while you can process some of the other stuff without all three signatures, I think we probably want to have all three signatures on this guy because in a certification year, they're
I agree.
really looking closely.
Yep. Okay.
So Linda will get one more signature.
Any other new business to come before the board? Any old business to come before the board? Well, I wasn't lying, LakeCAM. I told you these can be short sometimes. So, having said that, we'll make our first. I'll entertain our first motion to adjourn the meeting.
So moved.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Meeting is adjourned at 4:09.